After the court incident, nobody had seen Injun Joe again. He had escaped by jumping out of the courtroom window, and now everyone in the village was worried. A reward was offered to find him, and people searched everywhere in the countryside, but no one could find him. As days passed, life became slow and quiet, but the mystery of Injun Joe remained. Meanwhile, Tom and Huck started thinking about treasure. Tom strongly believed that there was hidden treasure somewhere nearby. Both boys became very excited about the idea of becoming rich. So, they began digging in different places across the countryside. They worked very hard and spent many days digging holes, but they did not find anything. After many failures, Tom got a new idea. He suggested that they should search for treasure in a haunted house. Huck was very scared when he heard this idea. He believed that haunted houses were full of ghosts, and ghosts could suddenly appear and make terrible noises. However, Tom explained that ghosts only come out at night, so they would be safe if they went during the daytime. Huck slowly agreed, although he was still afraid. They decided to meet the next day at midday. When they reached the haunted house, both boys felt nervous. The house looked very old, broken, and scary. The walls were damaged, there were no window glasses, and grass was growing everywhere. The place looked lonely and ghostly. They quietly walked to the door and looked inside. Inside the house, everything was old and dusty. There was a broken staircase, an old fireplace, and spider webs everywhere. At first, they were very frightened, so they spoke in whispers and stayed ready to run if they heard any sound. But after some time, they started feeling a little braver. The house did not seem as scary as they had imagined. So, they decided to go upstairs and look around. They left their tools, pick and shovel, downstairs in a corner and climbed up carefully. Upstairs, there was nothing interesting. They were just about to go back down when Tom suddenly heard something. He told Huck to stay quiet. Huck became pale with fear. They both heard footsteps, someone was coming into the house. The boys quickly lay down on the floor and looked through small holes in the wooden boards so they could see downstairs without being seen. Soon, two men entered the house. Tom recognized one of them as the deaf and dumb Spaniard who had been seen in the village before. But he did not recognize the second man, who looked rough and dangerous. They sat down and started talking. Suddenly, the boys got the biggest shock of their lives. The Spaniard spoke, and his voice was actually Injun Joe. The boys began shaking with fear. They realized that the man was not a real Spaniard but Injun Joe in disguise. Injun Joe talked about a dangerous plan. He told his partner to go back and wait until he gave a signal. He said that he would return to the village once more and later they would do their dangerous job. After that, they planned to go to Texas. Then both men became tired and fell asleep. Tom saw this as a chance to escape. He tried to move very quietly, but the floor made a loud creaking sound. This frightened him so much that he stopped immediately. The boys lay still for a long time, waiting and feeling extremely scared. After some time, Injun Joe woke up and woke his partner too. They started talking about money. They already had $50 in silver, which they had hidden there. They decided to bury the money again because it was too heavy to carry around. One man went to the fireplace, lifted a stone, and took out a bag of money. They kept some money for themselves and started digging to bury the rest. While digging, Injun Joe's knife hit something hard. It turned out to be a box. When they opened it, they found gold coins inside. There were thousands of dollars in that box. The boys upstairs became very excited and forgot their fear for a moment because they realized they had found a real treasure. The men used the boys' own tools, pick and shovel, to dig out the box completely. Injun Joe said the treasure might belong to a gang called the Mural Gang. His partner suggested that now they had enough money and did not need to do the dangerous job anymore. But Injun Joe said that he was not doing it for money, he wanted revenge. Then something went wrong. Injun Joe noticed the pick and shovel. He became suspicious and realized that someone else might be in the house. He decided not to bury the treasure there anymore. Instead, he said they would take it to another hiding place, which he called number 2, under the cross. After that, Injun Joe began checking the house carefully. He even started climbing the stairs to look upstairs. The boys were terrified and thought they would be caught. But suddenly, the old staircase broke, and Injun Joe fell down with a loud crash. Luckily, he was not badly hurt, but he became very angry. His partner told him not to worry, saying that if someone had been there, they would have already run away. It was getting dark, so the two men decided to leave. They took both the silver and the gold treasure with them and went towards the river. After they left, Tom and Huck came down safely. They were very upset and angry with themselves. They realized that their mistake, leaving the tools in the open, had caused everything. If Injun Joe had not seen the tools, he would have buried the treasure there. And the boys could have found it later. Now the boys made a new plan. They decided to watch for the Spaniard in the village and follow him. This way, they hoped to find the new hiding place, number 2. But then Tom had a very frightening thought. Injun Joe had said he wanted revenge. Tom wondered if Joe meant revenge against them. Huck became extremely scared at this idea. They discussed it and tried to comfort themselves by thinking that Joe might mean someone else, or maybe only Tom. Because Tom had testified against him in court. As they walked back to the village, both boys were full of fear, worry, and excitement. They had discovered a big secret, but they were also in great danger. Now let's learn some important points for MCQS. Injun Joe escaped and was missing. Tom and Huck searched for treasure. They chose a haunted house. They hid upstairs when two men came. The Spaniard was actually Injun Joe. They had chased off $50 in silver. They found a box full of gold coins. Injun Joe wanted revenge, not just money.
हाँ
He suspected someone was in the house.
कैसे
They moved treasure to number 2 under the cross. The boys decided to follow him later. They feared Injun Joe might take revenge on them. Now let's learn some important short questions and answers of chapter. Here are short questions and answers in very easy English to help you prepare for MCQS. Q. Who was missing after the trial? A. Injun Joe. Q. What do people offer to find Injun Joe? A. A reward. Q. What do Tom and Huck decide to search for? A. Treasure. Q. Where did they first dig for treasure? A. In different places in the countryside. Q. Did they find any treasure at first? A. No, they found nothing. Q. Where did Tom suggest digging next? A. In the haunted house. Q. Why was Huck afraid of the haunted house? A. Because he believed in ghosts. King, when did Tom say ghosts come out? A. At night. King, when did the boys go to the haunted house? A. At midday. King, how did the house look? A. Old, broken, and scary. King, what was inside the house? A. Dust, spider webs, a broken staircase, and a fireplace. King, where did the boys go inside the house? A. Upstairs. King, why did they lie on the floor upstairs? A. To hide and watch downstairs. King, how many men entered the house? A. 2 men. King, who did Tom think one man was? A deaf and dumb Spaniard. King, who was the Spaniard, really? A. Injun Joe. King, what surprised the boys about the Spaniard? A. He could speak. King, what did Injun Joe plan to do later? A dangerous job. King, where did he plan to go after that? A. Texas. King, what happened after the men talked? A. They fell asleep. King, what did Tom try to do? A. Escape quietly. King, why did Tom stop moving? A. The floor made a loud noise. King, how much silver money did the men have? A. She saw $50. King, where was the money hidden? A. Under a stone in the fireplace. King, what did they find while digging? A box of gold coins. King, who used the boys' tools? A. Injun Joe and his friend. King, what gang's treasure was it? A. The Mural Gang. King, why did Injun Joe want to do the job? A. For revenge. King, what made Injun Joe suspicious? A. The pick and shovel. King, what did he decide about the treasure? A. To take it to another place. King, what was the new hiding place called? A. Number 2, under the cross. King, what happened when Injun Joe went upstairs? A. The stairs broke. King, was Injun Joe badly hit? A. Number. King, when did the men leave the house? A. At night. King, what did they take with them? A. Silver and gold treasure. King, how did Tom and Huck feel after this? A. Angry and disappointed. King, what mistake did the boys make? A. Leaving their tools behind. King, what was their new plan? A. To follow the Spaniard. King, what worried Tom at the end? A. Injun Joe's revenge. King, why did Huck get scared at the end? A. He thought Injun Joe might harm them.